Hello, survivors. The world of Zealand, Las Vegas is dark, brutal, and unforgiving as it is set during the zombie apocalypse that threatens to wipe out the human race. The content will be graphic and violent in nature, so be prepared. We return now to Zealand, Las Vegas to see how our group of survivors faces this dark new existence.
Hello survivors, and welcome to Zealand, Las Vegas Quarantine Edition. As you can see, things are a little bit different with social distancing and me being sick for like the last month. We had to move things online. If you watch a lot of other games, a lot of people are doing this right now. So it won't be as polished, if you can consider our content polished as it usually is, but I still want to get this story going. I'm joined tonight remotely by Dakota.
Hello.
Matt.
Hey.
Chris.
Hello.
Mitch.
Hello.
And Gabe.
Hello.
Colin will not be able to join us tonight due to previous engagements, but he said good luck. For us, it's been a month since we recorded. For you, it's been a month since I uploaded anything because I'm bad at this. But when we did leave off, the group had gone to Matt's house and got some gear and met some humans, fellow humans, not zombie humans, who basically tried to rob them. They answered in kind, Matt basically shooting a guy through the eyeball and killing him, and then they left. So originally the plan was they were going to scope out the nearby elementary school to maybe take the base to settle down. But having met that group, they realized it might not be safe. So they went back to the safe house, and along the way, they met up with some of the Army group, Church, Apex, Ember, Jenkins, who were going to make a trip out to the base. Can y'all stop drawing on the map, please? It's in the Sure. Anywho, they hunkered down for the night. Actually ended up watching some movies to blow off some steam. Of course, the military people chose Frozen. And they also watched the original Dracula at Dakota's request.
Yes.
They had a good old time, all snuggled up. They took watch. Matt ended up going up on the roof. Having previously talked to Apex, who kind of could tell something was wrong, and told Matt essentially, like, look, what you did was necessary. It was them or you. You know, if you got to get taken out, make sure it's worth it. And then later on, Church gave him the advice that it doesn't necessarily get easier, but over time, you know, when these things happen, you get to learn how to deal with it easier. Looking out over Las Vegas, they noticed that the glow was more from fire than from the usual lights and glit and glam of Las Vegas. And as dawn approached, Matt heard the air conditioning unit shut off in the building. And that is where we left off. The floor is yours, survivors. Matt and Church, you're up on the roof. Everyone else is still asleep down below. Actually, everyone that's downstairs and asleep, give me a hearing perception check with a minus 30.
All right. So I need a 5 or lower. Why
For
even
those of you
ask?
watching the video, Roll20 has virtual dice, but our survivors are also using their personal dice due to whatever device they're on. I trust their rolls. They'll just report it out. Did anybody pass?
I did.
Okay.
I got a 16.
Okay. Anybody else pass?
No.
Okay. So Dakota, I don't know if you're a light sleeper or not, but something wakes you up, and you're listening, and you realize it's more the absence of something. It was one of those like connected to the garage air conditioners that you were in, and you don't hear the hum from that anymore. Obviously, the lights were all off; everything was off when you guys went to bed, but you don't hear the hum of the air conditioner anymore.
I probably go to like a light switch or something and like flip it. Look it.
Nothing happens.
Guess who's being woken up, Mitch?
What?
Power is gone.
Okay.
I guess not. I guess it's still working time.
Somebody's laundry is done?
Yeah, my laundry, sorry.
How dare you do responsible things right now?
The last you've heard of any tech is just the laundry.
Like, every appliance in this house sings to us when it's done. It's really annoying. Like, just beep once. Got it. The other thing I want to beep a lot is the oven.
Oh, that's funny.
That's true.
Just thought you know.
I mean, it sucks, but there's not much that we can really do about it right now.
Get out of here faster.
It's the middle of the night.
Oh. I don't know when we're leaving.
Well, you would see that there's, like, early morning light coming in, like dawn type light coming in from the windows in the garage.
It's dawn.
Well, I don't know when we're... I don't know how pressing the electricity situation is suddenly going to become for everyone.
Honestly, not super pressing. I mean, once everyone kind of wakes up, we'll get going soon.
Cool beans.
So Matt, you're up on the roof of church, and you see him kind of looking over the edge. That can be a good sign.
Part.
The power's out. Sounds like, or at least the air conditioning unit, the power's out.
Yeah, that's fair, and doesn't help that the lights in the strip are out. Looks like.
Well, I mean, go ahead, Matt. Give me a perception check. You've been up here all night, and then now the light's coming up. So visual perception check plus 20.
Okay. I'm gonna get my sheet up quickly.
Use 2 computers there. Two something.
Passed with the 46.
Okay. So you're up on the garage roof. You have a pretty good vantage point, kind of 360 degrees, minus like a small little bit you can't see behind the house. But unless it was coming in like a direct line this way, can you guys see my cursor when I move it around or no?
Nope.
No. Can you see
No.
the ping?
That's not
Yeah.
a thing.
Okay. So
Yes.
unless something was coming from that direction, like in a beeline, you would see it, or that's more this direction. But you've been watching all night. And during your watch, you never saw anything. It stands to a reason that it's pretty clear up here.
All right.
So you see Church. He actually pulls out a pair of binoculars and he does a full turn. And he's like, "I don't see anything. If you want to go downstairs, I'll stay up here. If I see anything, I'll stomp on the roof a couple times." Oh, we lost Mitch. He'll join back in when he can. There he is.
Yeah, I'll get back down. So I'll head down back into the house, the garage.
Okay. So inside, you hear dum 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 as Matt makes his way off the roof.
I stare at him.
So hearing that noise, Chris, Gabe, you both wake up. You start to see the army people kind of shuffling around in their gear, putting stuff back on, body armor, packs, checking their weapons.
Alright. Oh. Alright.
What time is it roughly? Do I know what time it is roughly, or
I'd
not?
say it's probably like 5:30, 5:45 in the morning. Just
I have my watch.
Oh yeah, it's 5:48. You were pretty accurate.
48.
It is
Cool.
so early for this.
Okay, it's early now. Okay.
Is it time to wake up yet?
You can sleep if you want, but
I wasn't planning on everyone being up yet. But if you guys want to get an early start, we could.
I'm doing whatever at this point.
When are we planning on leaving? We decided on destination, right?
Yeah, I think we said that we're going to go to Washington.
Yep.
Hell of a trip.
I will make him like, I don't know.
Okay, you will, Mitch, but what about all of us that don't speed?
Who's gonna pull you over?
Actually,
Are we all driving in different cars? I think there's multiple single
yeah, because I have my Jeep, Mitch has his van or whatever.
It's too early for arguing. We'll figure it out.
And you have Dakota's Jeep, you have Mitch's SUV, and you have the ambulance. You also have the sports car as an option.
Now, more than ever, speed limits are just a suggestion.
Not when there's cars on the road.
I feel like we're going to be going lower than the speed limit because there's so many cars stopped on the road.
Exactly.
And there's the Humvee as well.
The Humvee's for the military.
A couple miles around the city, sure, but you're expecting a line of cars from here all the way to Washington?
I don't know what everyone's plan is.
This is what we're arguing about now. We're arguing about how long it'll take to go to Washington.
Whatever, it's time to go get my shit ready.
I don't know what's going on, okay?
I would say flee for your lives in terror was probably most people's plan.
You wouldn't like loud noises attract the zombies? I don't know how cars work.
The zombies shouldn't be going 70 miles per hour.
I don't know how zombies work. How about this? I don't know how cars work and I don't know how zombies work.
Like, if you get into a panic, just scream quietly, okay?
Scream internally like a proper adult.
Some call a quiet scream a yawn.
So, at this point, everybody's awake. Again, it's like, you've been talking for a few minutes. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. Church is still up on the roof. You see Apex and Ember. They're checking rounds, checking mags, checking other gear. Same as Jenkins, but he doesn't look as practiced. Like, he's kind of fumbling around with stuff. Apex comes up to the group. Well, I mean, no time like the present. We're heading north to the base. Said last night you guys were kind of planning the same thing, except you're going to keep going. So we stick together until we get there, but after that, you're kind of on your own.
Yeah, I think that's the general plan right now.
Okay. I'll see if I left anything, I guess. I don't think I left anything. I think I'm ready to go whenever everyone else is.
Yeah, I think we had all the vehicles packed up.
Well, Jenkins pipes up and he's like, well, I mean, we don't have to leave hungry, do we?
It's not good for the morale.
All right, I can whip up a breakfast.
Okay. So obviously I don't have the resources up here on the screen like I usually do, but whatever we use, I'll just keep track and I'll subtract it, and I can add that in post editing. I mean, you guys had a pretty healthy amount of food, and they brought some stuff with them too, so you can do like a communal meal thing like you did back at the Colonel's house. So is everyone heading back into the main house, or are you guys going to stay kind of split up, or what's the plan?
I'm heading back in the main house. We'll get stuff ready.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll head in the main house. Probably double check the fridges and everything. Anything that's perishable, used now.
As you get in, you maybe flick a light switch or two. You see there's no power. It's only been like 30 minutes, if that, since the power went out. So everything in the fridge is still cold. Everything in the freezer is still frozen. But that's not going to last.
Everything changed. Okay.
So yeah, say any perishable food right now.
again, not going to make you necessarily roll to cook breakfast. You've done pretty well so far. So you whip up a pretty good meal, just with some stuff out of the fridge, a few eggs, find a pack of tortillas, make up some breakfast burritos or something. Enough to feed everybody, with the army providing their own part of it. But you all sit down around the same dining table that you shared a very fancy dinner with only a day ago at this point. Everyone's gathered around. Jenkins took watch. Church is inside now. And when your meal's made, Church takes a plate, brings it up to Jenkins, comes back in. He says, still all clear. No movement out there, any interaction that we can see.
That's good.
Okay.
I'll look over at Church. Any alcohol that's still here you might want to take?
Oh, believe me, I heard a few clinks as they were getting their packs together. I think they all thought the same thing.
Good.
And if we survive, we'll know this place is here on the way back.
That's right. What about all of you? You ready for this?
Well, if it's anything like your friend described it a few days ago, it's either gotten worse or better. I don't see it really staying the same. I mean, we're armed to the teeth right now. They can't have been that many. The nearest population was only a couple hundred across the road. So kind of play it by ear when we get there. If it's too dicey, just pulling up to the base, I'll have to just call it a loss at that point. I'm not gonna drive us into a guaranteed death, but we need to at least see.
Good.
I don't want to leave, but
what would you rather do?
no, I'd rather not leave, but this plan's the best we got, so might as well stick with it.
Okay. Well, pack your bags, brush your teeth, whatever you need to do. And let's
Oh
hit the
no,
road.
we have to brush our teeth.
Not a whole lot of
Dental
dentist office.
hygiene is super important in the zombie apocalypse.
Not a lot of
It
dentist
is,
offices
actually.
open still. Just saying.
If zombies can track by smell, we don't need somebody with halitosis running around.
True.
Very true.
Like beans, bullets, and trident.
Look, a bag of gum in my Hello Kitty bag. Would you look at that?
Pass me the scope.
Speaking of, Matt, I still have that gift from a fan for you the next time we can play together in person. So I can show it to you between recordings, or you can open it and be surprised. It's up to you. Or maybe at the end of this recording.
I don't want to see it till I play next. I don't want to see it till I play next.
Okay, fair enough. So only like 6
Who-
months from now, when the world stops being terrified of everything.
Who's it from?
It was anonymous, a fan. So,
I hope it's a Hello Kitty pack.
They love me. Okay, go ahead.
They want to infect him.
For the
That's
6
cool.
sessions I've been here, they love me.
excuse me. Well, we do use you for comedic relief when you're not here. So
Yeah, like when you're not here, you're super.
yeah, you roll really well when you're not here, Matt. It's awesome.
At least I do more when I'm not here than when I'm actually here. That's good.
Yeah, why are you?
So breakfast wraps up. You check your gear. You made sure, and you've loaded everything. Like you stripped out all the contents from the safe room, the cash, the guns, the ammo. Like you've stripped the house of everything that you think might be useful. Bandages, anything, hydrogen peroxide, stuff like that you find in the bathrooms, like medicines, Tylenol, ibuprofen. Like you've thoroughly stripped this house. You're packing like you intend to not come back. How are you going to split up the vehicles? I'm going to assume Colin is going to be driving the ambulance. You still have the Jeep, and you still have Mitch's SUV. The military people obviously are going to pile into the Humvee, and they're going to take point.
I'd very much not like to leave my Jeep behind, especially if we're going into mountain stuff.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's sitting where? I assume you're going to take all of the vehicles except for the sports car, unless you really want to.
We've already been almost fucked by a sports car already.
Enough.
As much as Chris probably wants it.
No, I don't like driving.
So you're not driving a Jeep, got it.
I mean, it's your Jeep. You don't want anyone else driving it anyway, right?
This is very true.
So are you going to go...
Whoever
So there's 7 player characters, essentially, between 3 vehicles. So who's driving what, who's riding where? Because there's... Sorry, 6. I counted myself plus Colin. It's rare to have everybody actually here. So there's 6 of you between 3 vehicles. So you have driver and shoddy. And you have... on your last search, 2 people give me a luck roll.
Can I do it?
So the next
I have-
luck.
Any 2 people, just declare who's going to do it before you roll.
I want to do one.
Okay.
I can do the other one. I got a 50 luck.
All right, go ahead and give me a luck roll, flat luck.
And roll.
40.
90. So I failed.
Dakota passed, right?
Yeah, my luck is 59.
All right, so you're going through the upstairs, the bedroom again. On the way, you help him clean out the safe room. And
Actually, wait.
if you want to re-roll, you can. Everybody still has all their sigils.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll this. I spent 2 points in sigil threshold, so now I have 6 sigils instead of 5.
So hold on. With sigil threshold, the purpose to that skill is normally your luck goes up by 1 every time you hit a 10, like 50 luck, 60 luck, 70 luck. With sigil threshold, you put points into that. It gets you to the next level quicker.
Yes. So it was at 56, and I put 2 of the points that I got from Cluzy.
Gotcha. Okay, so you re-rolled and you got an 84.
So I still failed.
Okay. So Dakota, you're digging around, and you look up on top of the shelf and you see like a little case. Curiosity, you open it up and there's 2 RTs, so walkie-talkies in there. They're not like military grade, but they look pretty good. You turn them on and they're both full battery. So you can add 2 more radios to your repertoire, because now you have 3 vehicles. Collins has a radio in his, but it's more based on like the tower, and it can be configured to talk with other things as well. But now you have 2 more portable walkie-talkies to add to your collection.
Does it have like
Okay.
extra whatever?
So yes, there's the 2 with full battery, and then there's in the case there's 2 spares, and then sitting next to the case you see a plug-in wall charger.
I will take all.
Okay. So you all make your way out to your vehicles. So now we're going to declare who's driving what and who's riding where. So I'm assuming Dakota, you're going to drive, Mitch, you're going to drive, Colin's going to drive. Is that fair to assume?
Yeah.
So Matt, who are you going to ride with? It doesn't have to go 1-on-1. If you just want to leave somebody to drive by themselves, you can.
I feel like you should do 2-2-2. Even though I really want to go in Mitch's car, we should go 2-2-2.
Okay.
I would like to
Roman, get in my car.
Chris, what car do you want to go to? Because
I wanted to ride in the Jeep.
Because I want to go in the ambulance anyway. So
There you go.
perfect.
All right, so I'm going to assume that everybody gears up. You can declare that you're wearing your armor or not while you're driving. It's up to you guys.
Before I get in the Jeep, I'm going to give Gabe a walkie-talkie and Chris the other one.
Okay.
And then I will gear up and buckle up.
Okay.
See?
So there are, you have your 2 walkie-talkies you just found. Then there was another one that they got from the military, and you guys can all sync up. So you can have 1 radio per car without taking into account the built-in radio in the ambulance. You have 1 walkie-talkie. You guys all declare we're on channel 5 or whatever.
Mhm.
So you all have that set up. So you're geared up, you're buckled up. Colin climbs in. He's wearing his full fireman suit.
I just have the pants.
Okay.
Was given.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
he probably would have the pants on because it is like July. Las
Like,
Vegas.
hello, is this thing working?
You all hear that in your vehicles.
No.
I'm just not gonna say anything.
All right, well, welcome to the convoy. They're leaving Vegas, going to north.
You hear Ember click on her end. She's like, "Here, you Lima Charlie. We're gonna take point. If Lima Charlie's loud and clear. Sorry, military brevity code. So basically, you see a hand pop out like this. That means stop. So the Humvee was already pointed,
Right.
facing the road. And anything else anybody else wants to do before we leave?
Just to be clear with the group. So I have the bow. I'm pretty sure. Do I also have a pistol? Like, did we agree that I was also given a pistol, or do I only have the one?
Well, what do you have in your inventory?
Yeah, but like I have a lot of things in my inventory, but I don't have the shotgun. But it's so rare my thing.
So I think
So-
you had given the shotgun to Colin at one point. But again,
Right.
you guys can divvy stuff out before you go. Like, that's the point. Before you leave, like, this is what I have. You don't have to declare it, but as long as you know what you have. So Colin would, if you asked, he would have given you back the shotgun. He has a pistol.
I would want the pistol. I saw my bow, but I want the pistol just for like while we're driving the car because I don't want to have my hefty bow trying to fire with my quiver too, like just
Okay.
in the car. So
That'd be a little
I'll
tricky.
have a pistol for now. Yeah, so I'll have a pistol for now.
Let's see,
What does Chris?
I have a fireman's axe and a shotgun.
Okay.
Didn't we get like 2 rifles or something?
You had 2 hunting rifles from the safe house. You found one on the guy that Matt shot. You had 2 pistols from the safe house. So you have enough guns to go around.
Well,
Okay, well I'll just take a pistol from them.
I was asking because maybe Chris should have like a more long range one.
So
Yeah.
you have three hunting rifles to split up.
So just one in each, just in case.
Sure, that's however you guys want to divvy it up.
Okay.
Gabe's got one.
So,
Gabe traded his BB gun for a proper hunting rifle. Still has the BB.
He's got a real gun.
He still has the BB gun. It's got sentimental value.
Does
Say again, Gabe.
It does. It was my grandpa's.
It's your grandpa's BB gun. You got a little reverb. That's okay. Like I said, quarantine edition. So everyone's lock, stock, and ready to rock. So the Humvee's taken point. Colin would probably take up the rear in the ambulance. Just in case something came up, you needed a distraction, he could flick on the lights and do some of his defensive driving.
Sounds good. I'll be in second position then.
so it would be a Humvee, Mitch in his SUV, Jeep, and ambulance.
Yep.
Alrighty. Alright, so you make your way down the road, and then here's the part where I have to figure out how Roll20 works. Should transition your map. Did it transition?
Ooh.
Alright.
Brian.
Hey, I did a thing.
Woo! Quickly, draw on it.
No.
Go.
So many
So
dicks.
you come up to a familiar intersection. This is one that you guys have been on recently, and then in the past, obviously coming back from Mount Charleston. Nothing's changed since the last time you've been here, except this time instead of going to the right, you're going to go to the left and take that feeder, or sorry, you'd go under and feed. But you see the same thing. There's cars in every which way, so it doesn't really matter if you go left or right, because like they found out earlier, there's no cops. So
I can't stop me now.
yeah, so you would essentially just weave your way, and it's slow going. Normally, from this point to March to north, like where Church and them are going, is about a 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive. That's in clear conditions. And before you, you see nothing but cars. Just a quick look. You don't see any figures moving around. Just a quick look. You just see cars almost as far as the eye can see. And looking back to the right towards Las Vegas, you see the same thing as before. Just a whole lot of smoke. Lots and lots of smoke, and the haze that's usually over a metropolitan area is like progressively darker. And looking behind you towards Mount Charleston, it looks normal. The fire from Jesse's car is since smoldered out, and you just see Mount Charleston in your rearview mirror. Well, Colin sort of does. He has a giant ambulance ass behind him, so he doesn't just have a rearview mirror per se, a side mirror. So yeah, you start making your way down. Now, for the purpose of the drive, what we'll do is, if you want to stop and look, kind of scavenge, you can. If you run into anything, obviously we'll play that out. Would you be just driving? Would you be kind of stopping every once in a while to look in cars? What's the intent?
I think, personally, the less stops, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're already supplied for now to not need to scavenge through random cars.
Okay, so then I need my drivers to make a. You're not speeding. Give me a drive check at plus 20. So drive plus 20, and this is more to see how well you navigate. You're not driving fast. You're not going to like spin out and die. Just to see, are you able to pick a path? And this includes the military convoy.
Let me roll for Colin, or do you got
Oh, thank God.
Actually, Mitch, you have his sheet. Can you roll for Colin?
Yes. Let me pull out his sheet. I passed with a 25.
I almost got a critical success with a 61.
Okay, that was
a
for
fail or a pass?
excuse me.
Rose for the drive.
That was for the Humvee. They're making pretty good progress.
Colin has a drive of 51, and I rolled a 50. So.
Okay, so you guys are all doing pretty good. I mean, the further, like Mitch said, the further you get out of Las Vegas proper, kind of the better it gets. To the point where it's not like it's light traffic, but whereas in this, in this area, like in here and in here, there's people all over the road. All right, we're back. Had to grab an Amazon delivery. They're the real heroes during this whole apocalypse. Out there keeping people alive, same as our people in the service industry and pharmacies and restaurants and the furniture restoration and delivery business, apparently. All right, so you were making your way north. Everyone did really well in their drive checks. You were making your way downtown.
Walking fast.
No, we can't get demonetized because I'm singing lyrics.
No.
You're making decent time. It's the same story you've seen already. You see some cars with movement in them. You see some cars with odd stains. Still nothing with play written in it. But you see the same thing repeated as people were trying to leave the city. People may have taken to foot or whatever the case may be. They're no longer here. Some cars are open. Some cars are closed. You see random things strewn about the road. Clothes, strollers, suitcases, just anyone and everything, or anything and everything people would have grabbed on their flee from the city. As you're going along, you're coming up to the Snow Peak Mountain Pass, and you know that there's a gas station / weed dispensary. If you wanted to stop by and grab some more provisions, it's just off the road. It's up to you guys. I have a map for it if you want to. If not, we can press.
Well, how's everyone? Thanks. If get gas.
You're gonna stop us now with the weed dispensary.
Well, Gabe is in the car.
No, I won't stop you.
So I'd say Dakota, I think you're probably about half a tank. The ambulance is about 3/4, and then Mitch because you guys all took the Jeep into town and back. Mitch, you're probably above half a tank.
The gas can thing.
Yeah, does it wouldn't happen to have one of those signs that's like, next gas station, blank miles.
So in real life, how many of you have driven further north?
Me.
Okay, so you would know that the next gas station isn't until you hit
Matt.
Indian Springs, which is
Is until what?
Indian Springs, and then beyond that, I have no idea. So Indian Springs is the city that's across from the base.
Should probably hit this one first, actually, and then just blow straight through.
Okay, so let me do another.
Because we definitely don't want to stop at Indian Spring.
All right.
Not bad.
So you make your way.
Well, it's just a population center, and we should avoid those.
Yeah, this gas station, it's on the Indian reservation or on the very edge of it, but there's really nothing close.
We can buy scratcher tickets.
Oh,
Some awesome fireworks.
is that where I used the wealth skill?
Could be. So you make your way off the exit and you come up and you see there's a few cars in the parking lot, but it's nothing crazy. There's not like a ton of vehicles. Everybody give me everyone's pretty much driving in front of you. Everybody give me visual perception, plus 30. You kind of know what you're looking for at this point.
Who makes the check?
Everybody.
Perception plus 30.
Plus
So I
30.
passed.
Fuck. This is the best
I
I've ever
passed.
rolled for this game.
I got a 9.
Yeah, it's still a pass.
Oh fuck!
Really bad.
I can't. My high is an 80. I got a 98. So
So you might
That's
be,
asleep.
yeah, you might be looking around behind you. You're still a little hungover from 2 days ago.
fuck. Okay.
So as you come up in the gas station, like you see some movement more out in the desert, like further north than right there. You see some movement at a distance. You can't really tell what it is, but you do know that there's wildlife out here. There's the desert burrows and stuff like that. You don't see anything moving around in or around the gas station parking lot. As the Humvee would have thrown up the stop sign, because there's an overpass and then it goes down a hill to the gas station. So they would have stopped at the crest of that overpass. Just take a look, and you see Apex up on the gun with a set of binoculars, and he's kind of pointing at the figures moving around the distance. And you see him shake his head. And they give you the go ahead, and they pull forward into the gas station. You would have radioed in like, "Hey, we want to hit the gas station."
Yeah. I'm thinking it was just great. Things moving. We're gonna find a zonkey.
Quick.
This is when we find like an undead zombie baby.
Oh.
Maybe probably really easy to kill though.
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
It would just be unsettling for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be. I don't know.
Okay.
Mitch has already killed one kid. What's one more?
That's fair.
Season 1 throwback.
I missed everything that just happened, but that's okay.
We should probably pull up, as we usually do, cars facing out into the road.
Yes.
Cool.
So you pull in here, turn around, and you're facing back out. Humvee leading. Same convoy, just kind of strung out on a line. So what's the plan? Are you going to... Some people stay in the vehicle. Is everybody going to the gas station? What's the plan?
Well, how are we going to get gas if we're all pointing
Yeah.
out?
I mean, you guys have to specify what you're doing.
If we want, we should probably, I don't know. There's an argument to be made for fueling all of them at once and fueling them one at a time.
Well, we have a gas can, so if it's like quarter full, we just fill that up. Someone else fills the car, and then we just have like a little bit extra. Or if you get what I'm trying to say.
No. Okay, hold on. Are you saying that we fill up the... No, I don't get what you're saying.
We fill up
So-
a meat and the gas can.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. The argument, but we were talking about if we're filling up all the vehicles at once, or if we're filling them up one at a time.
Well, if they have gas cans inside, then we can just fill those up too, and then we wouldn't have to worry about it as much. But like, if the gas can is full, and like, say the Jeep needs like a little bit more gas to make it to the next like town over, we just use that, so we're not like stuck in the middle of nowhere.
So we have Overwatch. I don't see why we wouldn't try to fill them up all at once if we can, if there's still power to the gas station machines here.
Right. Honestly, a station in the middle of nowhere like this, they're probably going to have their own generator.
Okay.
And there's
they
four
might
pumps.
actually be a more... Huh?
There's 4 pumps at the station.
Are there currently cars at said pumps?
No, they're, as you kind of see in the picture, they're kind of scattered about. There was a couple that were kind of not blocking the driveway, but had come to a stop for whatever reason close to the exit. Nothing's currently blocking the pumps now.
Well, we might as well pull up to the pumps, all 4 of us, and just fill up as much as we can, and then skit and skadoodle.
All right, so you pull the 3 vehicles up. The Humvee is going to stay on Overwatch.
Okay. Do we want... So, Gabe, you with your eagle eyes, stolen from the god of sight himself, you should probably stay here with your rifle.
Yeah, probably.
And Gabe, your rifle has a scope on it. So basically, per game rules, it goes up by 1 range category. So it'd be a light medium.
Right. So if anything within 1,000 miles, Gabe can pretty much just shoot it in the teeth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good to know.
Or sorry, no, it would be, because these are hunting rifles, not a 22. It'd be like a medium. Not quite like a sniper rifle, but pretty good aim, pretty good impacts to it. So medium.
Dakota, as the proclaimed I don't fight person, would you like to stay out here and pump gas?
Is it bad to say I don't know how to pump gas?
Yes, actually, yes it is.
I get the general idea, okay? I don't know how to pump it.
Do you need
never
me to
pumped
show
your
you
own
how?
No, I pump my own gas.
Your vehicle just magically works, or what?
Right?
My parents typically get gas for me.
It runs on hamster wheels and carrots.
We're learning. It makes Dakota sound much more like upper class privilege than she actually is.
Like, pump my own gas. Psh, the nerve.
I've done it once. I've done it once.
And it was the worst experience of my life.
It really was, because I was in the ghetto.
Oh.
Every time she sees self-service, she's like, I can make another 10 miles, we're good. So,
Hey.
those of you at...
Chris.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Chris, would you like to stay out here with Dakota and pump gas?
I will pump gas.
If you do a good job and clean the
maybe
windshield, maybe she'll give you a tip.
That cut out.
Yeah, it cut out at whatever the last part
I
was.
said, if you do a good job and wash the windows, maybe she'll give you a tip.
It cut out again. It's like it's censored or something.
Maybe she'll give you a tip. Does that work?
Oh, okay.
Way less funny than
No. It's Chris that gives the tip.
Good service. So those of you
All right, moving on.
those of you that are at the pumps, you will notice that there is no power.
So how are we going to
Okay.
get gas?
Well, we'll have to look to see. Maybe there's a generator, or there's maybe just cans inside.
Everybody, give me a logic check.
Ooh.
Just
I don't
one.
know if I'm smart.
Oh, thank God. I looked at Colin's logic. I thought it was mine. It's like,
So flat logic.
Okay, that's 37. So I failed.
Fucking, of course. I failed. Colin succeeded.
I don't.
Yay!
Bless you.
I got a critical success with a 37.
Yeah. All right, so you get a free point to logic at the end of the session.
I survive.
Good roll. Usually Gabe's the only one that gets critical successes, so I'm glad other people are having the same luck.
Yeah, me and Chris
I mean,
and Colin have not. Half the party has, half the party have.
All right, so Matt, maybe you watched like a YouTube documentary on gas stations or read something for a school report, but you know that there's regulations stating that big chain companies have to have backup generators, like mandated. Smaller franchises don't necessarily have to have generators, but they all have an overflow switch or like an override switch that causes the gas pumps to work to a certain extent. It won't like bleed the tank dry, but you know that somewhere on the premises there's either going to be a generator or an override switch that would allow you to pump gas. Just like Mitch said, they probably have a generator, so you confirm that. You know this for a fact.
Cool. Well then,
So I tell everyone that because I was doing with Nathan at the same time as we were talking. So.
And Colin would say,
if the
yes,
military
I concur.
Military is going to keep an overwatch on. I don't know if they're within earshot of us all chatting. I'll just grab the radio. Hey, let us know. We're going to try.
They say, copy. We'll keep Overwatch while you try to get the gas pumps rolling. And when you do, let us know. We'll gas up last. They have diesel here.
Okay. So it's either behind the building or in the building.
You want to look behind first?
Are there? Is it so? There's usually it's mostly windows. Is there anyone inside the gas station?
It's dark in there. It's actually hard to see because right now you guys have been driving for about an hour. It's crazy. It's taking you about an hour to get here. It's just
so there's the.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying it's dark inside, so you can't really see inside the store at this point.
Okay. So there's no power.
No.
Cool. Looking at it, is there something on the ground somewhere?
From the front of the building? No.
I mean, like, on the asphalt that we're kind of all standing on, is there like a loose rock or something?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a desert driveway. Like, there's rocks all around the place.
Exactly. That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, you could walk 10 feet to either side and find a pretty good-sized desert rock.
So I'll snatch up a good-sized rock, and I'll look at Chris and say, well, there's one way to find out.
I mean, I was going to tap the glass, so this works. And should I... I'll pull out an axe, unless you want me to use the shotgun. I don't want to attract any unwanted attention, just in case.
Don't waste bullets.
Yeah, I would prefer... they're shells, actually, but I'd prefer melee for this.
All right. So I'll pull out the axe.
Perfect. Gabumon, you have your baseball bat, right?
Yes, I do.
Cool. Matt, what are we using? Are we using the frying pan?
So tell me what's happening because I'm dealing with
Right,
family right now.
So
I'm sorry.
you're in there in the parking lot of the gas station looking for the generator. Mitch picked up a rock, kind of told everyone to switch to melee. Like, you still have your frying pan, but there are other weapons. Like, Mitch has his little armory.
They're like switching melee because we don't want to track noise, right?
Well, you have that, and you have your bow, too.
I was thinking, if that's the case, I can just use my bow. Just
Yeah.
be good. Yes,
I just prefer quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'll use my bow.
So I give Chris my hatchet.
I have a fireman's axe.
Well, then use your fireman's axe.
I am. I said this.
I didn't hear it.
You don't want to use your barely sharpened curtain rod anymore?
You know what? It's fine. I don't need my stick that I worked so hard on.
You broke a knife for it. I think you should.
So, who all is going to stay at the pumps? Who all is going to go into / around behind the weed
I'll
/
stay at-
gas store?
I will stay at the pumps.
I've got my axe out, and I will probably be I'll probably be like 10, 15 feet away from the glass, since I can't really see in because it's dark.
Colin's going to stay with the ambulance to pump when the gas is ready.
Okay. Matt, you can probably be a bit further away if you'd like.
You cut out, Matt.
Oh, I could be on top of the ambulance.
Sure.
I'll probably just be on top of the ambulance with a bow.
We'll say that the ambulance is parked here, just for coolness sake.
Cool.
Alright. I will draw the claymore, and I will chuck the rock at the window.
Okay. What's your intent? How big of a rock is it? Are you trying to break the window, or are you trying to make a noise?
Yeah, I'm trying to bust it. I'd like to do like a palm-sized rock, like a decent-sized rock.
Okay, give me a might plus 20.
I can do that.
Because you're trying to
Might.
throw it hard to like intentionally break a window.
Yeah. I did not succeed.
Okay.
I
How much did you fail by?
15.
Okay, not terrible. You don't hit Chris with a rock on accident.
Ow!
So you heft this like field rock at the window, and it hits it like dunk, but not enough. It cracks a little bit, but not enough to like proper break the window.
Sturdier stuff than I thought. Did that seem to shake anything?
Is your moaning?
Give me the three of you that are close. So Matt, Chris, and Mitch. Give me hearing perception minus 10.
That's a fail.
Again.
Wait, 35. Oh, snap. Minus 10?
Yep.
My perception is 35, so I failed by 10.
Okay.
I pass with a 36.
Okay. So Matt, like you two that are closer, you kind of hear like the dunk of the rock, and maybe your heartbeat picks up a little bit. You don't necessarily hear anything. Matt, you hear like you're not really sure if it's like a reverb of the bang of the rock, but it seems like you hear like a second noise, like a bang coming from inside the gas station.
Like a noise inside. Yeah, then I'll just say, Mitch, there's something inside you should be aware of.
Sounds good.
It's not attacking the window. Is it a person?
Doesn't sound.
What was that, Mitch?
It doesn't sound good, but it is what it is.
And Chris, you said, are you sure it's not a person?
Yeah, it's like, it's not attacking the window, so is it a person?
It's possible.
Throw a second rock.
I'm gonna start walking towards the door.
Okay. So you walk up. You're at the front door. It opens towards you.
With me?
Like that door opens outwards.
There should be like the little trash cans outside, right?
Yep, there's one right to the right-hand side of the door. It's like the cigarette tray, trash can combo.
Yeah. I want to grab one of those and just slide it in front of the door that I open so that it holds it open.
Okay, you open the door?
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as you open the door, zombie numbers. Well, it is, yes, but not like attacking your face. You see/hear like something bumping around into the stock shelves, and you hear like not a scream, but you hear something shuffling around in there. If you've ever been in this gas station, there's like kind of a maze of shelves. There's like a sectioned off area almost.
Yeah.
It's like a smoke shop / good store. You hear it off to the right hand side where like the cigarettes and stuff are. It's kind of roped off a little bit, and the shelves are a bit of a maze. But you hear it banging around in that area. Sounds like it's coming to
Okay.
and you can see the shape kind of coming towards you, but not making it to you.
Okay. Quick change of plans then. I still want to keep the door propped open.
Okay.
But I want to take the metal sword and just kind of like whack it a couple times on the metal door frame and back up to Chris and Gabe.
Okay, so you tank on the side of the door, and you hear ah.
Like enough that if there's anything else in there, maybe it'll attract. Like
Gotcha.
I'm not trying to be quiet about it.
Right. So you smack it, and you hear the of the thing, like definitely trying to get to you, and you hear something fall over. Sounds like a chain hitting the ground, and now it is definitely, you can see it now, definitely coming towards you.
Right, and I want to back up to Chris
Yeah.
and Gabe, who I think joined me up near the front. I don't know. He didn't say anything.
You can see this plan, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're on top of the others. Gabe, are you up there with them in melee range?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you were on like over. Okay.
All right, then, and I'm ready to attack this thing if it comes towards us.
Okay.
Yes.
So so basically y'all are holding action. Matt, are you holding action?
Yeah. I'm holding an arrow, or if these two can't kill it, I will try.
Okay. So how far away from the front door are you two?
He's on the ambulance.
I
Top
know
of the
Matt
ambulance.
is, but I'm saying sorry, Chris, Mitch, and Gabe. How far back from the door are you?
What'd
I
you say,
originally
15
said,
feet?
yeah, 10, 15 feet.
Okay, so Matt, you would be able to get a shot off. So essentially, I'm going to give you the aim action. Like you're aiming at the
Matt?
door, waiting for something to come out. Unless
Uh,
the three of you charge in, that's the difference. Then you'd be firing.
Yeah, I was gonna. That was gonna be my point. Is that Matt? You might want to shoot first,
Then
uh,
I probably shoot first.
so you don't accidentally shoot us if we're in the fight.
That's actually a good move. I'll shoot first, actually. That makes a lot of sense. And aim is I get to add my shoot skill
You get to add
to
half your
half
shoot
my-
skill to the roll, and then the entire shoot score to adjust the hit location.
Okay, cool.
So
So-
as you're standing there, you hear this banging around, and you do see a figure emerge from the store, dressed in what looks like a security guard outfit. It's a taller, well-built Caucasian male, but you can tell like there's blood down the front of this white uniform. There's a little like security guard emblem sewn onto his chest, and he has a pistol at his side. And you see him come out of the shadow of the door, heading straight for Mitch, Chris, and Gabe. So if you would take your shot, go ahead. Again, it's going to be your shoot or your speciality, plus half of that speciality or half your shoot.
Okay, so currently I'm at 7. Hold on. 54 would be 27, right?
Yes. So 54 plus 27 would be 70, 81. If you sigil that, it adds an extra 6 damage to your damage, and you can't fail.
I think I will sigil it,
Okay.
actually.
So you can't fail. You're adding 6 damage to whatever you roll. You're just now rolling to see how much damage you do and to where you hit it.
That's a 95.
So 59.
59 reverse.
59.
And then you
The
can
right arm.
but
But I
you
can
shift it your entire shoot score.
I can shift at 54, which I can get a headshot.
How you want to drop that hammer?
Fucking hell. Oh my god. So
Welcome to my world.
That's
weird. I
more
don't like.
It's just
Yeah.
just safer for Matt when he does it because he's like at a distance.
Yeah.
So on top of the ambulance, just waiting for these three to charge. I'll see them come out, and I'll aim and I'll aim up towards the head, and kind of through our minds, it'd probably be the same thing that happened yesterday. But I'll just shake it off, and I'll just fire without, and it goes again. Trying to do an eye shot because I'm known for that now, I guess. So better
Nice.
stick
Yeah.
with that.
I mean, you see this thing come out, and it,
Sure.
like as it gets closer, you can see there's actually like 3 distinct areas on its chest where the blood was coming from, like gunshot, bleed, die, become zombie. And the three of you standing there, you just hear this like, when you shoot your bow, is it like the mechanical like thud, or is it like a twang when you shoot your bow?
It's more mechanical thud, actually.
So you hear like the thunk of the release of the bowstring, and this projectile streaks just over your heads and just embeds itself right into the brain pan of this thing, and it takes like one more auto step forward and just crumples.
Arrow okay?
You just wait till I get a crossbow that shoots swords, and then I'm going to be doing that.
That sounds sort of impractical.
Get a stake launcher like in Strahd.
Is my arrow good, or is it like, do I have to roll luck for that, or?
Yeah, I'll walk up to the arrow, kind of give like a whistle at the clean ass kill, and give him a thumbs up and yank the arrow out.
All right, give me.
Do you need gloves?
Mitch, give me a perception plus 20. Hearing.
I just yanking the arrow into the back is probably.
Well, it's not through his head. It's just like embedded itself.
God.
All right, over your whistle, you don't hear anything, but you pull the arrow free.
I'm just gonna give a couple little What is this bullshit? You see this now?
It's just as random as a dice roll. I mean, I think. Feel free to use your actual dice. Like, I trust what you guys are rolling. You don't have to use the program.
I know. I don't know what your setup is. Like, is the audience seeing these dice rolls?
No, some like not from yours. Other people's, yes. Mitch rolled a 90. Some people, they see the little virtual dice, but for yours, it must be turned off.
Oh.
Oh, really high.
Yeah, when I roll, I have virtual dice that go up.
Oh. See, like, I see Chris's. I just don't know how to get mine to where you guys.
If you go to the gear on my settings, and then just under the volume thing, there's a thing for enable 3D dice and automatically roll 3D dice.
Why are your dice all black? That's not very helpful.
It's because mine are black. My thing's.
But the numbers are also black, and that's not very helpful.
That's not helpful.
It's like, what did I roll? I don't know.
4. No, a 1? That's confusing.
Wonder.
Yeah, I would go off of what is on the side versus what the dice shows, because it's definitely showing a 4.
Roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't do it automatically, then it's like, basically you decide what direction they go rolling in.
Okay. So I'll cut this part out, don't worry. Okay, so Mitch, you rolled
90.
A 90.
So you're like, ooh, that's a good shot. You don't hear anything coming further from the store. So it's still you, Gabe, and Chris. You're closest to the door, and the other two are backed up.
Is this arrow okay?
Yep, seems fine.
Okay.
Did not hit a hard target.
I will just kind of like slide him into my belt loops on the back.
Okay.
I'll hold it, and let's rock and roll.
Right.
Oh, we have a flashlight somewhere, right? Do we?
I believe.
Yeah, you would have.
We've got a lot.
You would have several flashlights between the fire station, your houses, and the safe house. You would have several between little pen lights and like proper. I think one of you guys had like one of those proper kill people mag lights.
So I'll go to the truck and get a couple of flashlights and bring them back.
Okay.
Or
so you're
the ambulance.
Again, it's not pitch black in there, but the sun's still coming up, and it would be coming up kind of behind the gas station. That's why it's harder to see in there.
Okay.
But going in, you all listen. You don't hear anything. You smell rot. You're not sure if it's food or something else, but it smells pungent in here. As soon as you open the door, like as soon as you get closer to the open door, it permeates your nostrils. Flicking on the flashlights, you can see that the place is half stocked. Like it's been hit. You can tell. There's stuff that's been knocked over, shelves are sprawled all over the place, food's been crushed, and it's safe to assume that it was by this zombie. But you're in, you don't hear anything else, you don't see anything, there's blood on the floor. but you don't see anything else immediately.
Okay.
So you're in here
Well-
to look for the override switch.
Yes, and the generator if we can find it.
Okay. So give me an investigation roll plus 30. Everybody that's inside. So Gabe, Chris, and Mitch. Investigation plus 30. Because you're all splitting up looking for
Investigate.
this.
So I passed.
Okay.
Oh,
Mitch.
yes.
I did as well.
Okay. Gabe?
Well, one second, I'm rolling now.
Okay.
I passed.
Awesome. So all three of you kind of split up at first, looking around. And again, you see just kind of the same chaos. You don't see any other threats. You don't see any other bodies. You find the kill switch usually is located right by the clerk's desk to like stop gas pump in case, I don't know, it's on fire. You go back into the manager's office and you see it's basically a switch on the door that says override. You click that. So now you know that the override switch has been initiated. You just got to get the generator on and you can work. But if they have one of these switches, it's safe to assume they have a generator somewhere on the premises as well.
Okay. Well, if we don't see the generator in here, then it might be around the back, like Mitch said earlier.
Is there anything you wanted to grab while you're in here? It's a gas station, so they have
Do they have Twinkies? I heard they never go bad.
they have Twinkies. Actually, they have really amazing beef jerky in here too. It's so freaking good.
I mean, I can grab-
Yeah, we'll snatch some non-perishables definitely.
All right, so one person give me a luck plus 30. You're taking your time. This is just to see how much you grab.
I have a 50 luck.
Yeah, please be my guest.
Okay.
My luck is also.
Mm.
Oh wait.
Oh,
Looting. Would looting work for this?
The what?
looting.
Would looting
Yes, looting would
for
work.
this?
Absolutely.
All right.
So
So be
mine's
looting,
a 52.
so looting.
Oh
plus 30.
snap! Go for it.
So be 82 or less. $62. That is a excellent level of success. So I will say there's currently 6 of you. I'll say you get 36 food units. It's not like healthy food, but it'll keep you alive. So food for six days for your entire group. Or sorry, no. We'll double that. It's going to be 72 units of food. So that's your whole group skipping 1 meal a day for a while. On top of your already considerable amount of food. So 72 units of food. You can grab some water.
72?
Yeah. Because 6 times 6 is 36. So that's 6 days with 1 meal per person. But double that is 2 meals per person for 6 days. Because you have to have 3 food
And
units
how
per
much?
day. I'll say you grab
How much
48,
water?
48 units of water. Like
Oh
the
my
water
goodness.
is a little harder to come by. So it's like water, soda, Gatorade, stuff like that. Just like the current pandemic, people were panic buying water.
Ooh, toilet paper?
There's no toilet paper on the shelves. I would like to point out that in all the zombie apocalypse gameplay we've had, not once has the player A taken a shit, B mentioned toilet paper.
Until now.
Till now. Roll for shit.
So, I mean, I
You were
want to
constipated.
I want to play a little game here to see how well my team here has been paying attention and such.
Lose.
Give me a guesstimate on how much water you think we have,
Over 100.
like water units.
Good, right?
Well, do I count? Because I haven't been with you guys long.
I don't like. I almost want to say 200. Is it 300 actually?
Maybe 150 or 80.
Okay. If we're playing by Price is Right rules, Chris would be upset because we have 197.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Now, how about food? Does anyone want to give me a guesstimate on food?
No.
More than the water.
257.
256. 256.
Oh, all right.
258, Bob.
No.
So we have 309 units of food.
That's a lot
I
of
should have
food.
stuck with the 300 number. That's where I got it from. Gosh dang it.
Now,
You have to divide
Now,
those
I want
numbers. You have to divide those numbers by 18 to figure out how many
Exactly.
days you have left.
I would like to point out that that 307 is only going to last us 17 days.
Really?
Without any further stuff. Yeah.
So only two
I
and a
have
half
food
weeks.
not with the group.
The what?
I have like food that's not combined with the group.
All right, so you guys loot the store. You make your way back to the back around to the back of the store, and you see the generator. It's an industrial generator with a start on switch. You fire it up. It's loud, but you know that there's power going. And you come back around to the front of the store, and you see Colin. Colin's fueling his ambulance. Dakota, you want to roll a luck check to see if you know how to pump gas? I'm kidding. You figured out. You watch Colin.
Matt's out there.
You push the button.
I got a 10.
So you all take a bit of time and you fill up your tanks. Colin's done first. He got started. So he waves over to the military group. He's not in the way because they're going to get diesel. So they'll pull up and they'll fill up their Humvee. So you all now have full tanks of gas.
Cool.
And one gas tank.
Yeah. Before we go, two things.
Okay.
Or gas can.
One.
Yep. Dakota fills up her gas can.
Gas. Are there any other gas cans here?
Give me a luck plus 10. Have you
Can I
used it since you're asking? Yes.
Is looting work?
This is more luck to see if there's any left.
Okay.
So Dakota, what's your luck?
59.
Okay, so
I
Mitch
failed.
Well, let's say it was luck plus 10 plus half her score.
So what's half your luck?
20.
29.
So it'd be luck plus 39, Mitch.
Actually, perfect.
Then I passed.
Cool. So yeah, you actually find 2 more gas cans inside, and you can easily fill them up. I'd say they're usually a gas can is 5-10 gallons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my SUV is a 14-gallon.
Yeah, so you find 2 more 10-gallon tanks, 10-gallon gas cans. So you got 20 plus. You have in your inventory. Dakota's is what? What is yours? Like a 5 or 10?
I'm not too sure. I think it's a 10.
Okay, so you have 30 gallons of spare fuel.
Cool. And the other thing is I'm taking the pistol from the security guard.
I was wondering if anyone was going to do that. Actually, you find that and you find 2 extra mags. So it's a Beretta M9. So you have that plus 2 full clips. I have to give you, I think it's 12 per clip, 1 in the chamber. So
It's 12 per clip.
Yeah, so it'd be 37 9mm rounds total.
Okay.
He did not shoot himself 3 times. His gun's full.
Okay.
So-
Then I am all set to go.
Yeah, and you see the army there. You see Jenkins filling up 2 jerry cans on the ground as well, so they have extra fuel.
Mitch, can I have my arrow back?
Yeah, here. I pull it out the back loops of my pants and give it to you.
We need to clean that off first, right?
Yes, definitely.
So
I'm going to just wipe off my shirt.
So you make your way back on the road.
I was going to ask something because I forgot.
Go ahead, Dakota.
Is there any bleach or medical supplies that was still in the gas station?
You'd have to go in and check.
Well, okay.
I mean, you can go in and check. Usually, they've had success with the janitor's closets and stuff, but you can go in and check. And I would just have you roll a luck roll.
I feel like that's probably a thing that we should check, so I will do that, I guess.
Okay, I'll give you luck plus 20 on whether you find cleaning supplies or not.
Plus what? Or minus? Plus 20?
Yep.
79? 70.
Nice. So yeah, that's an excellent success. Not only do you find some bleach in a janitor's closet, We also find like the smaller convenience store size cleaning products out on the shelves. One's been knocked over, but it's still sealed. So I'd say you have probably 4 gallons of bleach and various other cleaning products.
Okay, there you go, Mitch. More stuff.
And some gloves as well. You find like janitor gloves and stuff like that.
Perfect.
All right, so everybody
More
gears
bleach.
up. Is it going to be the same order convoy on the way out?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So again, we'll have everybody give me everyone that's driving, give me the driving.
What was
check.
that?
Everyone that's
Driving, give me a drive check plus what I did last time, 20 or 30.
I think it was 20.
Okay, so drive check plus 20, because again, you're not trying to speed, you're just trying to kind of slalom in between vehicles.
Okay, so 62.
All right, so this is for the military peeps. This is for Colin. All right, so Colin's good. The Humvee runs into a couple cars here and there, but it's hard to tell from behind whether they're trying to push stuff out of the way or if Jenkins just isn't doing a very good job driving. They do smash into a couple cars, but it's not like it's a freaking Humvee. It's up armored. It's fine.
I got a 13.
Okay. So mostly your guys' job is just to kind of follow behind and just kind of stay in their tracks. Did Mitch, how did you do?
I passed.
Okay. So yeah, you all make your way, and it's taking time. Like time is dragging on, and you see more of the same, as I've described several times on the highway. And you keep going, and then you see some buildings off to the right. Every once in a while, you see a figure here and there. You're not sure if it's human, animal, something in between. And eventually, you come up. You see the prison up on the left-hand side. Those of you that have driven out here, you know there's a prison off the left-hand side, off of 95. And you come to this intersection. As you're approaching, you see several figures standing out in the middle of the southbound lane, and there's cars blocking pretty much all access. You can't really tell how bad it is, but it looks pretty crunched off. Some of the cars look kind of smashed together. They're wearing what looks to be a uniform. You see 3 of them standing out there waving their arms. The Humvee stops short and radios in, says, "Hey, we got 3 people on the road up ahead. Looks like maybe corrections officers."
I'll probably stop a bit ways away.
Okay.
okay.
They'll just probably Mitch's lead.
I mean, what's the plan? Do they look friendly?
I mean, I don't know. Do people wearing correction uniforms and waving their arms around?
I mean, I guess I would say on the radio. What's the plan? Do they look friendly?
We'll let the military guys pull up and find out.
Okay, so you're all 3 of you going to hold short while the military guys keep going?
Well, I'm like waiting for Mitch. Like, what is he?
Yeah, like I'm waiting for them to kind of pull up. I mean, they're in that heavily armored vehicle. This is like
and I asked. I mean, I asked the question. I was waiting a response for.
Okay. So you hear Ember over the phone. I mean, they look like corrections officers waving their arms for help.
Okay.
shoot them. Do we want to?
Take care.
All right. Then perhaps we should. I guess do we stop and say hi then? To to the group.
They've blocked the road, so.
All right.
To.
Okay.
We can say hi with our vehicle.
Good.
I don't know how many more
wheels.
how many more shots to the front end Mitch's SUV can take.
Yeah.
Good luck.
We'll still roll a little behind the Humvee.
Right. You're all kind of just following single file. Like there's not enough room to really spread out.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I just want to stop a little bit behind them.
Okay.
So I'm sure that we're going to stop single file some distance away from these people, right?
Yes.
I was driving so long for the way.
Yeah. So the Humvee, you see it moving forward, and so basically, it's not necessarily a roadblock. Like it doesn't look positioned from what you can see from a distance. It just looks like more of the same, but you also see some cars that are coming from this direction, heading out. The prison again is off to the left from where you're driving. It just looks like this is a crunch stop, basically. The Humvee gets closer. You see Apex. He's up. He's not pointing the 50 cal at them, but you know Apex. Like you know he could. And they stop. They're a good probably 15, 20 yards short of the three people. And you see one of them approach. Is anybody going to get out of the car? Are they just going to wait? What's going on?
I will wait.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the car on and wait.
Okay.
Pistols out? That's saying that?
Yeah. Was I given a rifle left? We didn't actually decide on that.
Yeah, there was three to go around. There was a two from the safe house and one from the man that Matthew murdered.
Okay, so I will have.
In defense.
I guess I'll take a hunting rifle out and just like have it on me and I don't know, just step out of the vehicle so I'm not shooting through glass if I need to shoot, I suppose.
Okay, so you step out of the Jeep and you're just kind of standing next to it with it like at the ready, kind of in front of you?
Maybe a little bit to the side so it looks less threatening, but yeah.
Okay. So it's ready enough.
Ready.
You know it's loaded, you have the safety off and all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see one of the corrections officers approaches, still, like not hands up in the air, but like clearly there's nothing in his hands. You see the other two from a distance, a little hard to tell. You see one of them has like a baton. The other one has looks to be like a bulky shotgun. But they're standing behind. They're staying behind. They don't look threatening. They're just standing there. The one approaches. The windows are down to the Humvee. Most Humvees don't have air conditioning beyond the 50/50 AC for 50 mile an hour air conditioning. You just kind of see him talking back and forth. And this goes on for a little while, and you see some head nods back and forth.
Okay, well, I guess in that case, I would like to slowly walk forward then as well, so I could hear what they're talking about eventually.
Okay, does anybody else want to go with?
Dink.
Yeah.
First get out of the car. I'm gonna get out too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with.
Okay. So the three of you approach. Go ahead, Dakota.
I will wait.
Okay. Gabe, are you going to stay in the car? Gabe? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we lost Gabe. Okay, you're staying in the car. Are you going to stay in the passenger seat or are you going to scoot over to the driver's seat?
Stay in passenger.
Okay. And Colin's going to stay in the driver's seat of the ambulance. So Matt, Chris, Mitch, you are approaching. And you hear the corrections officer, he goes, I'm so glad you guys found us. Like, we've been stuck out here ever since this shit went sideways. There's been so many cars, but what the hell's going on? We've been cut off for 2 days. We haven't heard anything from anybody. What is going on?
Are they still talking to the officers, or are they talking to us?
No, they see you guys coming, and they're basically just continuing the same conversation.
Okay.
Like you hear this conversation that he sees you coming, and he's looking between you and between Jenkins, who's driving.
Okay.
How are you cut off?
Radios went down. We haven't had any communication with anybody back in Las Vegas for a while. We have power with our generators. I just went off last night, but we haven't heard any radio communication. No one's telling us anything. We've been trying to keep the prisoners calm, I guess, calm and fed until whatever the hell's going on is over with. I'm assuming something's going to get done. We saw that explosion. What the hell happened?
There's been a bit of a situation.
Like, I mean, clearly, like, everyone's fleeing Las Vegas. All these cars, people just abandoned them and ran off. Like, looking further north, you see the traffic does seem to thin out a bit. Like, this seems to be one of the last choke points. Every time there's an exit, like the Snow Peak exit, the Lee Canyon exit, like every time you come to one of these kind of cross sections, there's a little bit more of a choke point. Like, people go driving around to try to skip traffic, that type of stuff. And driving the road to the left, like I said, heading back towards past the prisons, you see a good number of cars. Not anything like on the highway, but there's some vehicles that way too.
Okay, so there's no, like, looking at the cars here, there's no signs of, like, fighting at all. There's just, like, maybe there was an accident and then people had to get out to go around or something.
Yeah. Give me either a perception or an intuition at -30. Visual.
All right, that'll be perception since that's higher.
So it's -30, and you can use. So since this is season finale. Sorry, I should have said this like an hour and a half ago. We'll reset sigils at the end. I'm sorry, we haven't really had to do a lot of rolls yet.
Okay. I will use a sigil, so I'm down to 4.
Perception, you said?
Yeah, perception.
So perception -5.
-5, so that's 30 plus 25, so I just need to get a 55.
No. So you use this because it was perception -30. Well, you rolled a 98. So it's perception -30, and then you use the sigil, so it's perception -5. But then you roll a 98.
Okay.
So if you use a sigil to re-roll, you don't get the initial sigil bonus. So
yeah.
You get another perception -30.
So it would be 5. Yeah, I would have to get 5 or lower.
Okay. So from where you're standing, it just looks like what your initial perception was. Like, these cars, like you said, there's cars kind of crisscross crash, something you've seen the entire time. You can't. Okay. It doesn't look like anything's necessarily been positioned or intentionally blocked.
Okay. And it doesn't. But I guess there's no, like, blood on. Like, there's no, like, signs of fighting, I suppose.
Not really. I mean, you've been seeing blood on cars for a while, and there's a few here that have blood kind of on the inside of the car.
Okay.
Like, you don't see bullet holes. You don't see what signs of combat.
Okay. No signs of zombie combat, basically. Okay.
So that's what the corrections officer says. We've been cut off. We don't know what the hell's going on. And then you said something's happened.
So there seems to be like I guess for the lack of a better word, some kind of sickness that's spread around that's turning people violent. It's turning people angry.
Yeah, we've seen some of that in the prison population. Like they're just crazy. Like, we've kept them locked in their cells, and they just, every time any of us go in there, they just scream and scream and scream until we leave, and then they seem to just go back to normal.
You look over at Church in Apex. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain.
What do you mean?
It's like some kind of zombie-like outbreak has happened.
The guy's eyes just go wide, like, and he looks at Church, who's sitting shotgun. Church kind of nods his head. Yeah, that's That's the best term we've been able to come up with. They attack people. They eat people. We've seen it. Bullets don't stop them unless you shoot them in the head. Matt, Chris, and Mitch, give me perception flat. Visual.
Yeah.
Hey.
He passed.
Okay.
48 is a pass.
Chris?
That's a fail.
Okay. Mitch got a 1.
Which is a pass.
It is. It is a pass. So you're listening, and his shock seems genuine. He seems genuinely surprised by the fact that you just said zombies. Matt, you're looking closer, and his uniform. It doesn't look like it fits him very well, and you see a tattoo, like I'm just peeking up over the collar of his neck. And you look back at the other two that are standing, like 15 yards behind him, and you look and they have the same tattoo in the same spot on the right side of their neck. And their uniforms don't look super well fit either. Like they look like uniforms, but they don't look like they are made necessarily for their specific shape. Like one is a big dude, and his sleeves come down to about here. I mean, he's like filling this shirt out, so that might not be uncommon. It just looks off.
I'm going to look at the one that's been talking, and I'm going to say, I'm sorry, what's your name, officer?
Tex.
Officer Tex.
Oh, no.
Well,
Officer Jones, but my friends call me Tex.
Yeah, I'm going to move over to Mitch more.
Mm-hmm.
Say, this has been lovely. We have places to be. You guys can towns that way. Yeah.
Picking up, would I pick up on like his sudden awkward change?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, we're gonna keep going now.
And then I'm gonna poke Mitch's muscle, and then and then point back at like the big dude, just quickly, like pinky in the back, and then.
As soon as you start to act suspicious, Tex lets out like the dad whistle, like, and you hear boom, and you see Apex go down, and out from the cars around you, people rush forward with batons and shotguns aimed at you. Those of you that are in the cars, same thing. About 9 people rush out, shotguns at the ready, batons at the ready, pointed at you, yelling, "Get out of the car, get out of the car." Those of you that are outside of the car already, same thing.
Are any of the military people still in the Humvee?
They're all in the vehicle. But like I said, there's 9 people rushing up between you and between the vehicles. The 2 that were behind Tex rush forward, one with a shotgun. As he's running forward, pointing it at the driver's side. And they're all screaming, yelling, "Get out of the car, get out of the car, get on the ground."
Jesus.
Okay.
You have like a split second to try and do something. All 3 of you that are out, and everybody that's in the car, you have a split second to do something as people are rushing towards you with weapons out.
How close is Tex?
You said you stopped, what, 10, 15 yards short?
I didn't say how far. I stopped where Apex was.
Well, Apex is up on top of the Humvee, so you basically would be walking like straight up to the Humvee.
Then I guess, yeah.
Okay, so he's pretty much right in front of you.
It's 9 dudes with shotguns and batons.
So, which side is like one of the people next to the Jeep? Are they like passenger side window? Or...
They're running straight at you.
Okay, that doesn't really answer the
They're
question.
coming to the driver's side.
Oh, okay.
So there was cars all around. They came up from behind the cars, from the sides, basically ambushed your convoy.
Okay. Can I like rip out the Jeep key and then just tuck it somewhere?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
What's the closest guy to me?
Tex, he's 10 feet, right? 5, 10. If you're at the Humvee, he was kind of just off the front left bumper of the Humvee. So he's 5 feet in front of you.
I'll swing the sword.
All right, you're just gonna attack.
Or can I?
You can't
Can I
get a
draw
charge.
it and
You can't get
Can
a
I
charge.
draw it and Right. I just want to draw it and put it to his neck.
Okay. Give me a fight, and he will oppose that.
I'm not swinging.
Oh no, I know.
I'm just.
I get you. He definitely didn't pass. So you
What
try your
am I
claymore.
rolling?
Huh? You're rolling fight. He rolled a 93. You're just trying to see if you have the either fight or athletics, just to see how quickly you can get it to his throat.
Okay.
Did you pass?
No, but neither did he.
True. So
Could I spend my first of 5 sigils
yeah,
to try
you
that
can
again?
reroll. Absolutely.
That's better.
So you still pass. So you get the claymore out, and so do you have it to the side of his neck or pointed in his throat?
Yeah, I'll just kind of bring it to the side of his neck,
Okay.
and I'll say, "You all, 5 seconds to back the fuck up."
What are the guys that are coming at us wearing?
They're all wearing corrections officers' uniforms.
Okay.
We've got
So nothing crazy. Correction from. Got it.
we've got gear, we've got guns, and we've got the fucking minigun up top.
Well, Apex isn't on
How
the minigun
fa-
anymore. He got hit and he fell back into the Humvee.
Right, but this is me just talking to the guy.
He's like, as I
You
see
think
it,
your
friend,
batons and shotguns?
as I see it, friend,
are
we
gonna
have you
take-
surrounded. You kill me, it's gonna go bad for your group. You put that sword down, it'll be a hell of a lot better.
Not from where I'm standing.
We offer you protection in exchange for work. That's more than you're gonna get from a lot of people like me.
What are our trained military fucking soldiers doing during this?
So they had 2 people rush up to them, one from the front, one from the side, both with the shotguns. The big dude didn't have a shotgun. It was the other guy who had the shotgun. But the big dude rushed forward with a baton, and he's just kind of standing there. He stopped short when he saw the knife or the sword go against Tex's neck. He's still there, and he's you can see him gripping this baton, his hand is shaking, his veins are just throbbing. The one with the shotgun is pointed at Jenkins, and there was another one that ran up from the side of the Humvee, shotgun pointed into the cab. So right now, no one's really moving.
How many are at Dakota? How many are at Colin?
So there's 9 altogether. So there's the sorry, there was the 3 that you saw originally. 9 extras rushed out. So there's 2 at the Humvee. There's 2 at Dakota, and there's 2 at the ambulance, and there's 3 more kind of in transit. Those are the 2 that are hidden further back.
So is he right at me, or is there
By now, yes. As time has during the conversation, they ran up
Okay.
There's one person with a shotgun at each vehicle, all pointed at the driver's side, except for in Mitch's car. They're on the driver's side, but they're pointing at Gabe, who's in the passenger seat.
Okay. So I looked at him. I looked to all of them. Look, you see this vehicle? You recognize what this is? You see those uniforms? You know what they are?
Yeah, I was one of them once.
Yeah, and so I'm pretty sure you're pretty goddamn aware of a base not too fucking far from here, are you?
That's right up the road. That's where a whole lot of fire and smoke was coming from not that long ago.
Yeah.
Like this dude is cool as a cucumber, even with a claymore at the side of his neck.
Yeah. Who do you think is their backup? Who do you think is supposed to come in and double check on them? They don't show up. People start going to ask them questions. Questions around here. Questions about you. I guarantee they're going to show up with more than a handful of shotguns and a handful of goddamn baton.
It's been
We pass. You live.
It's been what, 5 days since everything went to shit?
You worked for him. You know how long this shit can take.
I'm just saying, friend, this is the first military presence we've seen, and we're 10 miles short of a military base. And he kind of like he doesn't move, like he leaves the claymore against his head, but he looks in and says, I see 3 soldiers conscious. If they're really trying to make a push, this is a very small response force. So again,
see, I was hoping I could roll deceive or something, but I guess.
Well, go ahead. Roll deceive. Sorry. Well, you got to declare that shit.
I will use the sigil.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a pass.
It is a pass. It's a scarce pass. So again, he seems to consider this for a minute, and he looks in the Humvee, and you see him kind of calculating, like, even if there's a forward guard, why haven't we seen more? We saw one explosion a few days ago in one Humvee. Not even coming from the direction of the base.
There's a lot of shit going on. There's a base in town. We've already secured that. Now we're moving up here.
I mean, like I said,
the explosion wiped out most of those motherfuckers.
Hopefully. But if either way, I'm a man of my word. I'm offering you protection. Let's say this all ends in 3 days and they come in here and they round us up. Then you'll be free no matter what. But if this takes months, years, we got walls, we got guns, we got supplies. We can see our way through this, and all we ask in return is you doing what we tell you to do.
And if we say no?
You're not really in a position to say no. We took out your gunner. I said you're not really in a position to say no. We took out your gunner. That 50 was the only thing we were worried about. We've seen you coming miles down the road. You're not the first person we've ambushed. You're definitely not going to be the last.
So what? You just pick on anybody that swings by?
So far, so good. We got about 20 people inside that have already said yes. Got about 15 over there in the desert that have said no.
What happens when we outnumber you?
I'm pretty good at math. We've got guns. And he looks down, kind of at your arms and armaments, and we just got some more. Like I said, you say yes, we'll protect you, we'll feed you, we'll house you. You'll have to work for it, but you'll be safe. We have medicine. We have a doctor. Well, a medic. And he hasn't made a move to move his neck away from your sword or to move his hands or anything. He's just
How's the guy with the tonfa kind of with the baton he's the one gripping it very tightly?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's just standing there. He's just
Is
waiting.
he still kind of like? Oh, he's okay.
He's just waiting.
Has he calmed down, or is he still like gripping it tight, kind of shaking?
He looks like if barbarians were a real thing in this, he would definitely be like raged right now.
Oh, I totally thought that as he was like kind of nervous for his mouth. Okay, I was wrong.
He's ready to tear you limb from limb and beat your friends with your limbs.
That's Hugo. Okay.
So Tex speaks back up, says, and he's looking over at Church, and he's looking over at you. We're kind of back and forth. And he's like, look, nothing has come from the north. Not a single vehicle. Not a civilian vehicle, not a military vehicle. There's been a lot of smoke coming from the base. This is it. This is your last bastion. You might not be able to do everything you wanted to do, but you'll be safe. Let's put down the
Safe
sword.
where you're standing and safe where I'm standing. It's a long fucking way away.
In this world, safety.
Safe. Didn't you say you got a bunch in that right now that's screaming and shrieking?
Yeah, what do you think we need work for? They're behind bars. We just need people to clear them out. And there's a village behind us, a couple clicks. They got supplies. There's the Indian Springs further down the road. They've got supplies. We make runs. You're supervised. We keep a few of you here. If you run, they just have to work harder to fill in for you. We're not going to kill anybody unless they bring it up. Why would we kill our own workers? We just need labor. And that's been the people coming up this road.
Labor for what? The fuck are you doing out here? You're in the middle of the fucking desert.
Surviving. Prisons have gardens. Prisons have walls. They have food. They have medicine. There's not enough of us to go around, so we're taking advantage where we can.
It's all of you?
Never
Unite,
seen
living.
Choice is yours. We have your people surrounded. You either join the 20 inside or the 15 out there.
And how many have shotguns?
There's one per vehicle already at the vehicle. Then there's the one in front of you, essentially pointing at Jenkins. There's the Hulk with the baton. Everyone else is behind you, so you don't really know this in character. You're focused on this dude unless you're looking around.
But I'm looking. I'm definitely looking around.
There's
Scared shitless.
One per vehicle, essentially, pointing at Dakota and Gabe and Colin in turn. And then by now, the other ones have come up with batons and stun guns.
Stun guns too. Oh shit.
Now he mentions the stun guns.
They're at a jail.
Well, yeah,
but you hadn't mentioned them before.
Sorry.
My bad. That's okay. I'm just gonna.
That's where you got the stun gun stat from.
Mitch is like, ooh, can I have a stun gun? I like those.
Well, stun.
No.
Okay.
No spoilers. I haven't put out Floozy yet. So again, he looks back at you directly. He says, "We're all dead.
You their leader?
No matter what, we're all dead. It's a matter of now or later."
You their leader?
Nope. But I speak for him.
Insight?
Go ahead.
Is that intuition?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna do that too because
That's fail.
that's a fail. So
He seems like he's telling the truth. It's hard to lie when you got a claymore pressed to your neck. Nothing
I mean, he's cool as a cucumber, so.
Nothing he said so far seems like he's lying or stretching the truth or anything. It sounds like he's telling you like it is. I'm telling you to make a choice.
Who's your leader?
If you make the right choice, you'll meet him soon. He meets all newcomers. He's going to lay out the rules. He's the one that gives out assignments. He's the one that gives out rewards.
Just to be clear, we work and you guys just sit up there doing nothing. Just to be clear.
No, we're not just going to set you loose. You're part of the team. A couple of us go, a couple of you go. We go loot cars. Eventually, we'd like to go check out the town.
Who's the next closest guy to me?
Roidy McRoidrage. He's like
Roid.
5 feet behind Tex, and then the guy with they're kind of like in a kind of like in a triangle. So Tex is
Okay.
obviously claymore distance from you. The guy with the shotgun is standing in front of the Humvee, shotgun leveled at Jenkins through the windshield, and then the Roidy McRoid face is to your left, about 5 feet behind Tex.
Would it be weird to ask if you could like draw this out?
I can try.
Put dots. That's on the map.
I want to.
I can try. All right, so Roidy McRoid face. Shoddy McShotgun. Tex. And then the Humvee's right here. Dang it. This is so much harder than it should be.
Well, you can hand it.
Bigger square is the the Humvee. You're kind of next to the Humvee. This is really bad. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it.
Quarantine mission. So that's where they're positioned. And then the other vehicles, you said you're spaced out a little bit more behind. So you have your car, Mitch, you have the Jeep, and you have the ambulance pulling up the rear. And each one of them has shotgun dude, shotgun dude, shotgun dude. And then from the other side came, 3-4 people with the batons and the stun guns.
I'll look over at Roidy McRoid.
Okay.
You're cool with this?
Why wouldn't I be? There's only one of me.
You wanna stay here and pick on passersby? You heard him. He said you're dead anyway. You want to spend it here in the same place you've been trapped? You want to spend it out there?
But now we're not trapped.
Eh,
I do what my president tells me.
aren't you the good patriot? But in that,
Roll an insight check, Mitch, plus 20.
Use the word president.
fucking what? Okay,
Insight plus
that's a
20.
pass then.
So
That's not what my dice say, but that's a pass.
It said 34.
34. That's not
Oh,
showing on
on my screen it says 90.
Oh, what?
We'll go off of my screen.
Like the dice on the screen, the 3D dice say like 90, but the number says 34. So
I go
That's
off of what's in the chat, not necessarily what's on the dice, because sometimes they're a little finicky. So he said president, and he has the same neck tattoo that Tex has, and the other guy that you can see, they have the same neck tattoo. Odds are he's not talking about Trump.
So they're talking or biker.
What was that, Dakota?
It's more likely that they're talking about a biker. Kind of what that's their people. President of the.
More than likely, yes.
But I'm not up there.
You're not wrong.
Not wrong. I mean, this is my dad.
So then Tex says, I'm not going to do anything as dramatic as count. Just lower your sword. We're going to put you in handcuffs. We're going to take you into the building. And you'll meet the boss. That's it. Or you don't lower the sword. And then things get bad. And then he kind of nods his head back there. He says, Bear kind of prefers the bad option, but I'm a pragmatic man. We need more workers. When he says Bear, the big dude with the baton just kind of like flexes his shoulders a little bit.
What am I hearing? What?
Let's go have a chat with your boss then.
All right.
And we can see if we can get this straightened out.
Do you put your sword down?
You hurt any more of them, and I'll personally punch you in the head. You hear me?
Sounds like a good plan. Go ahead and drop your weapons. And go line up in front of Bear. Get on your knees. We're going to handcuff you. And then we'll take you in to see the boss. No blindfolds, no black bags, nothing that's so dramatic as that. And he looks in the Humvee. Said, that means you too. Everybody out. So those of you that are back in the vehicles, Dakota, like you see this. Gabe, you see this. Gabe, you're a little bit closer. Like you see all this happening. And Mitch, do you lower your sword? Mitch?
Yeah, I said yeah.
Okay, sorry. It blanked out.
I didn't hear it either, so I think it was connection.
So you see all this happening, and then Gabe, Dakota, the people that are next to you tell you basically saying they've stopped yelling, but their shotguns are still pointed at you. They tell you, leave your weapons in the vehicle, get out. Same as Colin.
Yeah. Oodles is scared.
Okay. Do you all get out?
I guess.
Okay. So you get out.
Yeah.
All right, so you get out, and the person with the shotgun moves right behind you, and they're not stabbing you. They're like they poke you with it a couple times. They tell you move towards your friends. So Colin pulling up the rear. You hear Colin kind of cussing them out a little bit. They move you all up, and they get you down onto your knees in front of Bear and the other man with the shotgun. You're all in a line, and they put zip tie handcuffs on all of you. Matt, to your right is Apex. He's... the fuck happened?
I'm just gonna look at him and just mention. I guess we're not getting to the base today.
Fuck. And you see this impact mark on the side of his helmet. There's almost like a chalky poof on the side of his helmet. It's like not necessarily a dent. You can see where it was hit with a beanbag, essentially, like a stun round.
Question.
Yes.
Do I see the tattoo?
Yes.
Like a clearly a tattoo type thing?
You don't see the whole tattoo. You see like the peak of a tattoo over the top of the collar.
They're henna tattoos.
They're blacklight tattoos. No. Go ahead.
Is it enough to like maybe get an idea of what it is like?
No, you basically see just like the top third of a tattoo. It looks like some words, but you can't really make anything out. Not in the uniform that they currently have on, because they're like buttoned up polos, like buttoned up, not polos, but buttoned up dress shirts of a guard.
Are they all on the side of the neck type thing?
Yes, every guy that you see, including, so now as you're all marched in a row and you get the handcuffs, they all kind of line up across from you. They're not pointing the shotguns at you anymore. They're kind of down and at the ready. But you see each and every one of them, except for two. You see two of them do not have that tattoo. But the rest of them all have the same exact tattoo in the same exact place, as close as it can get. So they're all, like I said, they have you all lined up. Excuse me. They have you all lined up, not pointing shotguns at you. They tell Tex is talking again. They see Tex is front and center. Bear is to his left, or to your left. And there's a slender man to his right, also with a tattoo. And Tex is still doing all the talking.
This is probably going to sound really bad, but are all the men with the tattoos like white?
Yes. Every one of them is a Caucasian male.
Don't tell them about Matt.
You don't see any swastikas.
No, it's not
Oh,
that.
thank God. Oh.
Oh, poor Jewish boy. It's not that. It's more like if depending on what type of if they're in a motorcycle, depending on type, it's better to know if they're white or mixed. That kind of narrows it going up.
All the ones that you see are Caucasian. So Tex is talking. He said, "I'm glad you all made the right decision." So, like I said to your leader, and he motions to Mitch, "You're going to work for us. We have safety, we have medicine, we have food, we have weapons. We're going to make a living here. We have gardens. You're going to work for us. Over time, maybe you'll become one of us. Maybe you'll prove yourselves. But for now, you're going to join the 20 others we've already met out here on the road, and you're going to work. And that's going to be your life for now until something changes." So he turns to walk away, and Apex whispers to you, Matt, says, "Make it count." And he lunges off of his feet and tackles the slender man that was to the right of Tex. And tackles him to the ground, and you hear the man scream as Tex bites down onto this man's throat on the front, like clamps down and viciously tears his head back and forth until he comes away with this man's throat in his teeth. And the other corrections officers are just, they're like frozen for a second.
Question.
Yes.
Do I still have my keys on me?
Yes, you said you talked to him away.
I thought you took him.
I did. But I was just making sure if I could try to cut the thing with my keys.
Well, he didn't. I mean, are we actually zip tied yet before
Yes.
this?
Yes, all of you are zip tied.
Who's-
Hands behind your back.
It's behind the back.
Who's the closest person? Who's the closest person?
In front of you. Who? In front of you? Bear.
There. I would like to. As soon as he lunges, I'm sweeping if we're on our knees, I'm sweeping my legs around, and I'm gonna grapple him with my legs. I want to bring him to the ground, drop him on the asphalt.
Okay, that's going to be a grapple check. He will oppose, so go ahead and give me a grapple. He's surprised, so grapple, or you're trying to grapple, right? So that'd be might.
Grapple what?
You're trying to grapple him, you said, right?
Yeah, I have grapple as a specialization.
Okay, so grapple plus 20.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and spend a sigil.
Okay.
That's so plus 45. So okay.
Okay, 7.
Fucking Christ.
Are you going to stick with that before I do my roll, or are you going to re-roll? If you re-roll, you don't get the sigil bonus, but you'll get still the plus 20.
I know, and I will re-roll, but this is where I roll 99. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
Okay. So, you go to lunge or sweep around, and Bear, seeing you kind of seeing what you are going for, stomps down on your leg. It causes a minor wound. It hurts, but nothing's broken. He's not trying to injure you. He just pins your leg to the ground with his foot. And he's like, you'll have to try better than that if you want your chance with me. Oh, lost Gabe.
Out here.
Okay, so we lost Gabe's still here in Discord. So Apex tears the throat out of this man. I want everyone to roll a D100. You are going to decide collectively the fate of Apex. If collectively you get more below 50, he lives. If collectively you get more that roll above 50, he dies.
Below 50 is live.
No sigils, so below 50 collectively he lives. No sigils, no rerolls. Keep track of your
So
rolls.
that's a 25. That's a 62. So one below, one above.
One.
I got above. Below 15.
Right.
I got
Okay.
it 2.
So again, one above, one below.
So that sounds like 3 below and 2 above. Is that correct?
Because I got 15. Dakota got 2.
Okay, yeah. So 3 below, 2 above.
So Mitch, I need your roll, and then
Mitch has a roll.
25.
So it's been me, Mitch, Gabe, Dakota, Matt. So that's 5. That's 5 of the rolls.
and
So
then
Colin's the only one that hasn't rolled.
I'll roll for Colin.
Okay.
Actually, no, I can't. Someone else roll for Colin.
I can do it. You want me to use the thing?
Yep.
Yeah. So if he gets above, then it's tied.
It's 3
So
and 3.
it's 3 and
tied.
3.
Okay, Matt. I'll have you be the deciding roll since he was the last one to talk to you. So 50 or less, he lives. 51 or above, he dies.
49. Oh. I'll take a picture of that and send it to you if you want me to.
I believe. All right.
Okay. Oh my god.
So the rest, after this happens, the rest of the prisoners descend upon Apex, and they just start tearing into him, just hitting him, kicking him, hitting him with batons, stunning him, hitting him with the butt of their shotgun, and then Tex whistles again, the dad whistle. Enough. We'll deal with him later. The rest of you start walking.
I have like a weird question because I feel like I was forgotten. Did I get out of the zip tie?
No, you wouldn't have been able to in that amount of time. Like saw through. These are like thick. These are thick handcuff zip ties. Like what police use to cuff you. So you all are marched. Y'all are marched.
To use my giant might.
Single file with the group of what you know to be corrections officers, but are really prisoners, marching you single file. And in the distance, you see the looming structures of the prison, the gates, the towers, the yard, the fencing. You don't see any movement. None whatsoever. No lifeless zombies staggering around. Just a prison. And that is where we're going to wrap up Season 2 of Zealand Las Vegas. So some really cool things coming to Season 3. We're going to include perks and quirks. Gives our customers some extra specializations and customizations they can do to their character based on the rulebook from the sigil system itself. It's going to be a good season. I've had a really good time so far in Zealand. I hope you have too. And as we wrap things up tonight, we're joined by Dakota.
Hello.
Matt.
Hi.
Chris.
Hi.
Mitch.
Good night.
And Gabe. And until the next time we meet, stay alive.